We're joined this morning by three-time Purple Heart Award winner Ed Jenkins. And Ed has just been honored as the 3rd District of Alabama Veteran of the Year. And Ed, congratulations.
Thank you, Jimmy Dale. This is an award that the disabled American veterans give one time a year to, the outstanding disabled veteran in the district. And we've just gotten out of some fine schooling down in Auburn, up to date on veterans and their problems. So the people need to come to see us on Tuesday and Wednesday from 9 till 3 at the county building.
Well, congratulations on the honor. Were you surprised?
Yes.
What goes into an award such as this? What is the criteria and stuff?
Okay, well, when you're talking about an outstanding veteran, the criteria, mine was given on outstanding, for doing outstanding service work, like veteran service officer, claims, getting them to and from a doctor and anything they needed that we might be able to help. We worked on that, we've also had time in the nursing home, time in the local hospital here, helping with claims and helping with veterans and their problems and whatnot.
Now, this event in Auburn, that was a pretty big deal, wasn't it?
This event in Auburn was a large deal, and it is a twice-a-year deal. It'll be back in June. It's called, Midwinter and Summer Conference, and those are the learning sessions that they have once a year.
Was there anything new that you picked up as far as helping veterans and assistance to veterans while there?
Yes, we also learned that we have a transportation director that helps with getting them here, getting them there, wherever they need to go. And we learned a process about how to help them. If they need to see a doctor, they can see one faster. And then we learned that if they can't see a regular veteran doctor, they have a choice card. Say if they're real sick or need to see a doctor before 30 or 60 days, the choice card will come into effect for them.
We have seen in recent years horror stories of veterans who somehow get lost in the shuffle and unable to see a doctor. What are some of the safety guards that you see and you're really involved in helping veterans with a clinic in Childersburg and other medical facilities as well. What's involved in making sure these veterans aren't forgotten and lost somewhere?
Well, mostly a lot of this is involved with our state disabled American veterans, with ever who's in charge, ever who's the adjutant, or ever who's the commander at that time. And our commander at this year does an outstanding job with that. Pete Cobb from Anniston, Alabama, does a good job making sure that they're taken care of. And also we have a man I wouldn't take nothing for. He's the adjutant for state, Mr. Chad Richardson. He sees it that they're taken care of.
Now, you're a Vietnam vet.
Right.
Have you seen veterans being better taken care of in recent times, or is still work to be done?
There's some work to be done, Jimmy, but it's a sure lot better than it was. It's a whole lot better than it was. We very seldom have now, in our ones that we're dealing with in our area, over 60 days. So that used to be, that'd be 6 months. But if we have one that's sick and needs care, all they have to do is walk in up to Childersburg to our clinic there. Of course, you'll have to wait unless it's a real emergency to see the doctor. And if it's in the clinic up there, if you've got a real emergency, they'll get you somewhere where you can get help.
Now, at the office at the county building here in Sylacauga, what are your duties there?
Duties there is to see what the veteran needs. We start with, is he or she filed a claim for benefits? Is he or she on file with the VA? Number one is that veteran has to have a file before he can even see a doctor, VA doctor. Now, if he has his DD-214 or discharge, and the early ones used to discharge, he can go up to Childersburg and sign up and then begin to see. They will transfer the paperwork to Birmingham, then he'll begin to see a VA doctor if that's what he or she chooses.
you know, there are, being in the funeral home business too, I see a lot of deaths of veterans who down through the years, and veterans of all the armed services. There's a lot of veterans in our country, and there's a lot of veterans here in Talladega County and Tallapoosa County and Coosa counties too.
Yes, they are. Let me say this, you know, and I can say this. There is a closeness, a relationship, and you know, with veterans and the families. If we know in advance that this is going to happen, and they need, and they don't have the paperwork like their DD 214, we can get this through Miss Margaret Smith pretty quick in Roger's office in Anniston. She's been real faithful to get this for us, and even faithful to get it, you know, for the funeral home so they would have it. Now, the biggest thing that I would like to explain, if that veteran dies in a VA facility, VA hospital, not our state veterans nursing home now. If he dies in a federal operated hospital, like the one in Birmingham or the one in Montgomery, he or she gets a paid funeral, no expense off the family, period. And then it's their choice. If they want to be buried in Montevallo, they can, with honors.
You talk about a moving ceremony with full military honors. I mean, that is something special as we honor veterans who have died. And you know, when you guys were in Vietnam, you didn't know anything about Agent Orange until later on, and it affects a lot of veterans from that era.
It still does, Jim. We have those people dying just about daily that were Agent Orange effect. This is something that comes on over a period of years. It just don't happen overnight. Now, this is a claim that we deal with constantly, and this is the hardest claim that you can get the government to approve. Agent Orange.
Why?
They just don't want to admit that something happens in later years. Number one, the one person went into service, he could have never went into service if he was a diabetic. If he had bad feet, he could have never went into service, okay? So this happens, all this brings together, it happens as portions of Agent Orange. And then Agent Orange gets in the liver or the lung and causes distress in later years, but they don't like to admit their faults and their blindness and nothing.
Ed Jenkins, who has just been awarded the 3rd District, Alabama District, the Disabled Veteran of the Year, and he's a 3-time Purple Heart Award winner. And Ed, we appreciate your service to our country, appreciate what you're doing for veterans and all you guys and ladies that are involved in making sure our veterans aren't forgotten. And if people have questions, maybe they're a veteran or a spouse of a veteran, and they need more information, can they get to you pretty quickly? Yeah, 256-786-1622. And that's a constant number. They can get to me, and we can help them with it and tell them what to do and how to come about their claim or whatever they need. All right, Ed Jenkins, our guest this morning. Ed, always a pleasure, sir.
Always.